So I kind of wanted to just, kind of just been thinking very hard about this team this past week. And even after this loss against the Giants, I say to myself, it's a loss. It's a bad loss. You hold the Giants at 13 points. You could have won the game, obviously. But a lot of things did change during that game. Kind of went backwards on some of the things we did first quarter of the season. We looked like pretty much the old team, the old Eagles team, first quarter of the season. Okay, back to our miscues and back to where we're straying away from what we're really good at, and that was the run game and obviously getting more players involved. And after really looking at the season so far and kind of looking at the wins against the Falcons, the Lions, the Panthers, the Saints, and obviously trying to get a win against the New York Giants and how far gone we have been this past week, are we doing enough with this offense? Even against some of the bad teams, guys, even though running the football is great, more players need to be involved in this offense. Okay, this is why we couldn't beat teams, okay, like can't beat Baltimore, can't beat Tampa, okay, can't beat, obviously these are contending teams. And obviously I know this is a rebuilding team, but show me something. This offense needs more. This offense needs more production. That besides this Giants game, what they did the last couple of weeks before that Giants game, this team needs more production at every position. Okay, and I understand we ran the ball a lot. I understand all of that, but when I watch other football games and I see like all receivers on these other rosters and they're getting, they're just getting reps and they're just catching everything and they're opening things up for a lot of players. You have a first-round pick in Devontae Smith that's really not – I need more. I need more from him. I need more from – Greg Ward doesn't even get any chances. I mean, at this point, Greg Ward, this is a guy that passed, even 2019 was a hero of this team at the end of the season, last month of the season, 2020 when Hurts was in there. Good chemistry between them two, and they don't even start him. At this point, they keep J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with 2 receptions for the year, and we have to congratulate him on that. Okay, Devontae Smith needs more snaps, guys. I mean, not snaps, but he needs to get schemed more. Okay, Rager, I'm kind of done with right now. It is what it is with him, but they need to do a better job of scheming these players because there's going to be games, guys, where this run game is not going to work, and you have to rely on Jalen Hurts' arm. I don't think they scheme the receivers well, route combinations well for matchups. It's very bold. It's very predictable. And I know that Hurts has missed, a lot of passes to some of these guys. I understand all that, and it's really not on the receivers too much. Some of the receivers, not all of them, but some of them, it's not on all of them. Okay, Dallas Goedert is barely getting any receptions. I mean, you just paid him, and you're not even giving him the ball, barely. You know what I mean? So I don't get where they're going with this offense. Even when we were getting those wins those couple weeks, was I satisfied? Yes, they're wins. I'm satisfied. But, I want to see more. This team could do so much more. And I think part of it is Nick Sirianni, and part of it is, what he envisions this offense in, which is a run-first offense, which I have no problem with. Some games are balanced. A lot of games weren't balanced, and we ran the ball a lot more than we should have, and we won games because of it, and I was happy about it. But it's not about stats. It's not about anything like that, but you have some really good weapons, and you barely target these guys. Okay? I'm just take away the run game for a little bit. Just take away the run game. The past, obviously, before the Giants game, even the past few weeks, take away the run game. And what do you have? You have a lot. Okay, you have a first-round pick in Devontae Smith that's literally in that Giants game telling Nick Sirianni give him the ball. They don't even throw to him at this point. Whether we could fight about there was safety help or he was still scrambling when he was open, whatever the case may be with that. But there's going to be times where this team is not going to run it. There's going to be times where you have to rely on Jalen Hurts' arm. This Giants game they played stupid and they didn't run enough. Period. And obviously Jalen Hurts throwing picks doesn't help. 3 picks, he could have had 5, 6 picks in that game. Okay. The future of this offense is very high. The ceiling is extraordinarily high. But when it comes down to it, do I trust in this head coach going forward after this year? Don't know. Do I trust in, the decisions that are made in the front office to make this team better? Don't know. But what I can give you right now is that you have a top 5 tight end in Dallas Goedert in the future. You have could be a golden jacket wide receiver, extraordinary talent. Could be an Eagles great in Devontae Smith, and you don't even incorporate him into your offense, or don't even treat him as a number 1 receiver. Okay. You have other pieces that make no sense for this offense. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside takes away snaps from Quez Watkins. I have no idea why. Quez Watkins is a number 2 receiver, and I think he is. And the problem is I can't say that he's proved it, and I think he has proved it between the offseason, obviously preseason, and then obviously coming into the season where he showed a lot of flashes. But I need to see more. I need to see more from Quez Watkins, and I need to put him in the offense a lot more. I want him to be the number 2 here, because I don't know if he's going to be the number 2 here, because it's just he's not getting enough targets. Dallas Goedert, they've paid him, and they're straight away from his targets. Okay, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Even if it wins you games, it makes me satisfied because of the win. But at the same time, it's like I need to see more. Like this is the future, but it's not making me comfortable that you're treating these high-paid players like Dallas Goedert and obviously Devontae Smith. That's your first, your first-round pick from this past year. It's not showing me promise that you're going to get them into this offense, get them involved more in this offense, because they're treating everybody else like, the run game is more important. I understand that. And guys, I'm not crapping on the run game. I'm not crapping on wins that we get, okay? The problem is of how they're treating certain players, the route combinations, tight ends. It's just everything. It's just everything. The coaches coach, and that's the main thing. How they're coached all week is how they prepare for this game. Matchups, scheme against a defense, whatever they're doing all week. So I don't know where this is going, and that Giants game really it really hurt. It did, because we were on a roll and they didn't stick with the same formula. Jordan Howard wasn't playing, so I figured, how much could really change in this game, and it really changed. Hurts went back to his mechanics from earlier this year, except he threw, he wasn't really throwing interceptions this year, not that many, and he threw 3 in one game. You know what I mean? Eyeing one receiver, not reading the field, not going to his checkdowns for first downs, always looking for that big play, always trying to make something happen, throwing a ball on 1st and 18 in your own end zone going the other way. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't get where this is going, what these guys are getting taught every single week. It comes down to the coaches. It comes down to some of these players. There's some players I don't want in this offense, like JJ and Rager. Take these guys out. Don't throw them in this game anymore. You need playmakers on the field, and you got to throw to these guys. You have to throw to these guys. You have to throw to your playmaker. It's just, you win against bad teams, and it's not a bad thing because you're not the worst team. You find out you're not the worst team in the league. But, if I want to see a fight, and everyone's going to say, well, Joe, it's a rebuilding year, blah, blah, blah. I understand that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, they could have beat KC. I mean, there was a couple games they could have won a few games if they stuck to the formula that they were sticking to now. But I need more explosive plays, but I don't know if we have the quarterback to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if we have the quarterback that has the accuracy. I don't know. And I'm not comfortable with Jalen Hurts throwing the ball, especially after this past week. I'm not. You know what I mean? He's going to have to turn around. And even if they win against the Jets, it's the Jets. You know what I mean? So it's like you win this game, which is good, but everyone's going to complain because it's the Jets, and the Jets aren't good. So, and especially if the Eagles lose against the Jets, forget about it. Not only do, now the Jets get their first win against the Eagles in franchise history, but yeah, you faced I think they're even worse team than the Giants. And just, the Jets are nothing. So it's really aggravating. I don't know what my point is to get across here, but all I'm going to say is you need to get the guys that you paid and the guys that you drafted high, they need to get targets, and they need to get opened up in this offense, because if you think this is the formula that's going to work, it does to a certain extent. It's not going to work every single game. You're going to have to rely on Jalen Hurts' arm, and you're going to have to. This is the only way we're going to find out what players stay and what players go next year, even for years after this. Okay, this is how you're going to find out, and you're going to have to take chances, and you're going to have to rely on Jalen Hurts' arm, and even though nobody wants to see that, okay, because everyone thinks Jalen Hurts is a better running back than he is a quarterback at this point because he can run really well. But him scrambling for first downs is not going to win you football games. Yeah, when you have a play sequence that's, a rhythm in your offense and he could do that while you have a rhythm, that's fine. But to rely on keeping the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands to run by himself and to do these RPOs where he runs by himself to have blockers in front every single time, it's not good. Red zone, not good as of right now. Okay, the Giants were the last ranked offense. I mean, just talk about our defense. Defense actually made stops and got some stuff done. Offense just couldn't get it done. Period. You know what I mean? Giants offense was last ranked in the red zone. But that's it. Like, I don't like the way they're treating Devontae Smith. I don't like the way they've been treating Quez Watkins as much as I've been liking before this Giants game. I've been liking the couple wins that we've been getting, but at the same time, it's been aggravating because I just know that there's guys that can do a lot more, and they're not doing it. And it's really frustrating me that Nick's not doing more with your first round pick of Devontae Smith, more with Dallas Goedert. I mean, these are guys. This is your future here, and you're running the ball, which is fine, but there's gonna be games where you're just not gonna be able to run. There's gonna be times where Jalen has to take the ball for himself, and he's going to have to sling it, and it has to do it the right way, accurately, and that's it. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste any talent on this team. I don't want to end up trading Devontae Smith in a couple of years because the Eagles have made him look bad, and the quarterback has made him look bad. If whoever's going to be here in the future, if Jalen Hurts is going to be, whatever the case may be, okay, I don't want to be trading players. I don't want to be getting rid of players. I want to be letting go of players that are going to thrive elsewhere. That pisses me off more than anything, and I can't stand it. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Sorry for the long rant, over 12 minutes, but I appreciate everybody, sticking in, and obviously, we'll get ready this week. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys later. Chicks, what up, False Life. Peace out, guys. Peace.